Oh, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another TMP Nerf report in the Rastakhan's Rumble expansion. Because reasons. So I'm Chewie. Over there is Mike.
Hello.
And we're here to try to make some sense of it.
Yeah.
As usual.
These things just happen sometimes.
Yeah. Although this is the first one I can remember where there were 2 rounds of nerfs in one expansion cycle. At least the first one in a while.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, and we just couldn't quite remember. I thought there might have been something, but then I realized I was thinking of something that happened with Magic the Gathering a couple years ago.
Yeah. Was that the that energy card?
Yes, it was that, and then it was some energy, and then also the the cat thing.
The cat thing.
Yeah, the cat that was part of the Sahili cat combo.
Oh, right.
Like the cat itself, like it was like a boom boom one after the other.
Yeah.
Because they were like, okay, we'll change this thing and we'll see what happens, and they had to change the other thing a week later.
Yeah, the Felidar Guardian.
Yeah. Okay, Felidar Guardian, got it.
Yeah, they said, okay, here's the nerfs, here's the bans, but we're not going to touch this. And then they had a few days of Magic Online data, and they went, oh dear God, and they retroactively added the Guardian to the nerf.
That's right.
Was it Felidar Guardian?
Yes, it was. That's right.
I thought that was the thing that gained life.
No, that's the Felidar Sovereign.
Ah, okay, there we go. Anyway, but that's completely beside the point. The point is, we have a second round of nerfs in this expansion, which, if it's not unprecedented, it's definitely out of the ordinary. So, I would have done more research, but my personal life has been a little hectic the last 2 days, so sorry about that. But not really. I probably wouldn't have done the research anyway, let's be real. So, before we actually get into the nerfs, let's do what Blizzard did here and talk about some of the philosophy behind the nerfs. So, the first 4, we have 5 nerfs. The first 4 are to cards that are either classic or basic, non-rotating.
Mm-hmm.
And step 1 of the internet, never read the comments. These are not nerfs to make the basic and classic sets bad, so the people will be forced to buy new expansions. You're an idiot. Stop that.
No.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So, that said, let's move on. So, what they're saying is that, and feel free to jump in here at any point, Mike, and also chat, is that when the non-rotating sets have cards that are way too powerful and way too auto-include-y, then it makes new expansions matter less, and it makes Hearthstone sort of samey.
Yeah, because there are only so many valid choices you can make to build a deck with a given class if some of their basic and classic cards are just so strong.
Correct. I just realized I didn't shut my phone up.
Oops.
There we go. Okay. It's exactly that. So having... Oh god, what's one of the classic nerfs that happened last time?
Was that Ice Block, or did that happen before?
No, Ice Block was before, and that didn't get nerfed. That just got Hall of Famed.
Yeah, that's got Hall of Fame. That counts as a nerf.
Well, it's sort of, yeah. Oh, Wild Growth, duh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If every Druid deck always plays Wild Growth, then that means that your 2-slot and ultimately your 3-slot are limited in Druid in what you want to put in your deck. And if they make some baller-ass 3-drop, but it doesn't really fit in a deck because you're just going to Wild Growth on 2 and skip 3, then why bother making powerful 3-drops if no one's going to play them?
Right.
And that's just an example, but that's sort of what we're going for here. So basic and classic sets shouldn't be the best cards in each class. They should just be the most that class cards in each class. The most I promote the identity of each class, let's say.
Yes.
And so this first round of nerfs is for cards in basic and classic that are just too good for a non-rotating set and also kind of ubiquitous.
Yeah.
So
in chat, Piccolo also offered that they often serve as the glue for a class.
Yes, they're the
just
glue.
To make it work properly, to make it work the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, they're the foundation, and then you use expansions to build up from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now we've got, and okay, Pinball Witch says, by that logic, shouldn't that mean Fireball was too good? I haven't put Fireball in a mage deck in like a year and a half. Okay, at least a year. So Fireball is not super ubiquitous.
Yeah, there are plenty of mage decks out there that and actually good mage decks out there that don't bother with it.
Yeah. But
it's a very good card. It's awesome.
Yeah. You might be able to say that Frostbolt is too good. But yeah, I haven't actually played Fireball personally in a good long time. Because it doesn't fit in mage decks. Because while it's very powerful, it's not core to every deck, which is one of the problems with these nerfs. So let's go see what they have to say here. Boom. So first up is Cold Blood, the rogue card. Is going from 1 mana to 2. Now, Cold Blood has been a thing for since beta?
Yeah, ever since the beginning. And it goes in and out of favor sometimes, but it's always at least in the background.
Yeah, any sort of aggressive rogue deck is running Cold Blood. Back in the day, it was Leroy. Well, even today, it's Cold Blood with Leroy for 10 or sometimes 14 burst damage from the hand.
Right. And it's been even more prevalent lately because of the popularity and just all around goodness of Odd Rogue.
Correct. Now, they said that these nerfs don't necessarily target. Well, they didn't say that, but the vibe that I get is these nerfs don't necessarily target specific decks like previous nerfs. Well, the first 4 anyway.
Yeah.
I think these are more house cleaning and trying to even out the power level of basic and classic rather than, well, this deck is too good. Because Odd Rogue, while it's powerful, it's not like super powerful right now.
No, it's just a good deck. That's it.
So I don't think that they're targeting Odd Rogue with this. I think that Odd Rogue is kind of a side effect of these nerfs. Also, hey, do you remember way back when they nerfed Hex and everybody went, the hell did they do that for? And then, later down the road, people were like, yeah, okay, that's probably fine. I see why they did that.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that's what some of these are as well.
They are. And for Cold Blood, I mean, I know that it is a combo card. And for all combo cards, the base version is supposed to be and the combo version is supposed to be, hey, that's great. But Cold Blood hands out a lot of damage, and it's also a combo card that costs 1. So there's the minimal amount of extra work and planning you have to do to make it work when it just costs 1.
Yeah, especially in the class with a billion things that cost 1, 0, or make things cost 0. Shadow Step,
yes.
cough. So I think this is just... Alright, this card is just too good.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's an auto-include in any kind of... And it might still be. People are claiming, well, Cold Blood is dead. I think Cold Blood in Odd Rogue is dead, obviously. But I don't know if Cold Blood in, like, non-odd aggro decks are dead. Plus, you might see it in Even Rogue. There is an Even Rogue Whizbang deck.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a Whizbang deck, it's possible that there's the skeleton of an actual deck in there somewhere, and Cold Blood will be what pushes it over the edge.
An Even Rogue Whizbang deck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played against it on a stream recently, and it was a really good game, and the guy sent me a friend request, and so I asked, I'm like, why is this even? He's like, oh, it's Whizbang! And I went, oh! Okay.
What the heck? That's crazy.
So yeah. Alright, so that's Cold Blood. Next up,
I mean, it's still good. It's an eviscerate that you attach to a minion. But
it's true,
it's a little more, it's a little less silly now.
Oh, it is just Eviscerate, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Good eye, Mike. You heard it. Even Rogue coming up. Next up, we have Flame Tongue Totem, going from 2 mana to 3. And this one...
I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I think Flame Tongue Totem costs 3.
Well, yeah, because in your brain, Hearthstone makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to say, myself, that Flame Tongue Totem, let's be real, probably should cost 3.
Yeah. Oh, we got another comment in the chat. Gloppy Rocks thought it cost 3 too.
Yeah. So, and that's because it's really, really powerful for 2 mana.
Mm-hmm.
It just is. Now, is this going to hurt Even Shaman? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a lot. Like, damn. But it's gotta be too good, right? When's the last time you played a Shaman deck and didn't put Flame Tongue Totem in it? Like, it's been a while since we had a nice control Shaman.
Shutterwalk, but that's just because the deck needs all the extra space to do other things.
True. Yeah, now the Shutterwalk's gone. It's pretty much just Even Shaman on the ladder. As far as Shaman goes. But, like, Shaman's power, in a broad sense, is being able to fill up the board and do things. Because its hero power just makes a dude. So Bloodlust is one of its cards. And Flame Tongue Totem has been one of its cards. And you drop it down next to an Alakir, and oh my god. Hey, you can't do that anymore without shenanigans. Wait, what does Alakir cost?
8.
Okay, you're right. But, and yes, Pinball Witch and Cranberries, you can name off a bazillion decks that you personally have that don't run it. But that doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't. Because in any sort of aggressive Shaman deck, you're playing Flame Tongue Totem. Or you're doing it wrong. Let's be real. As far as trying to ladder up. Because it needs it for the early game. It just does. Otherwise, it falls over and dies. And does this make it unplayable? I wouldn't say unplayable, but it does drastically hurt it. Because 3 mana is a lot for a 0/3. But then, it's actually a 4/3. So 3 mana is fine? So
it's still a lot of damage.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really easy to keep it on the board by just, plopping a taunt minion somewhere else on the board, anywhere else on the board.
Yeah, yeah. But much like Hex, I think this is one where after people get done complaining about it, they'll realize it's still good enough to have a home, and it'll go back in Shaman decks. So, yeah. This next one is causing some controversy, but this next one is the one that I immediately went, yes. And that's Equality. Is up from 4 mana, not to 3 mana, up from 2 mana, not to 3, but to 4. And my first thought was, why so expensive? Oh, because Odd Paladin. Oh dear God. Because hey, you remember when they nerfed Odd Paladin with the nerf to level up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there a lot. And this is you can't give Odd Paladin equality. You just can't.
Right. And even if it costs 3, it would probably just still be too good in the absolute sense.
Yeah, it's a paladin, essentially a paladin board clear for 2 mana, and that's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Wild Pyromancer, it's 4 mana, which is less dumb, but still kind of dumb. Let's be real.
But still, yeah, a complete board clear for 4 mana, even if you are spending 2 cards, that's a lot.
Exactly, yeah. And again, giving it to Odd Paladin is a bad choice. And as Mike said, it's still too cheap for what it does at 3, if we're being honest. Now, we're used to it, so it feels like it should cost 2, and this sucks, and oh my god, they've killed Paladin. 1, shut up. 2, they haven't killed Paladin. They've just slowed it down some with its insanely cheap board clear.
Yeah.
And right now, what are the big Paladin decks? 1-turn kill Paladin decks. My favorite. And knocking 2 mana off of one of their board clears is fine by me, Mike.
Doing anything to any 1-turn kill decks is fine by me.
Exactly. But, like, building up the board to apply pressure and them going, alright, equality, they're all dead, makes it really hard for you to do anything against them. And then they build up, and then they time out, and then they win. And you're like, well, they wiped my board 3 times. You know, so I got them to 6, and then they killed me. And so this will help with that, just in the abstract, not necessarily just with the current OTK decks, but like in general. And it's still a control deck card, but it's not an aggro deck card at 4 mana. It's just not, unless it's a really weird aggro deck card.
Mm-hmm.
Or aggro deck, rather. Now, there was some discussion about this and various other topics over in Brian Kibler's Twitter account. He pointed out that the quality to nerf to 4 is probably because of Odd Rogue, and Ixar, who is the senior designer.
You keep saying Odd Rogue.
Sorry, Odd Paladin. You know what I mean, damn it. The Odd deck. Odd Rogue is so much better, it just flows off the tongue.
It does.
Yeah. So Odd Paladin, there we go. And Ixar, who's one of the senior designer, who is the senior designer, says that we don't make short-term quick fixes that are damaging to the long term. So they're saying that bumping it up to 3 would have like helped slow down, make it more of a control card, but it wasn't enough. It's not that giving it to Odd Paladin was the problem, it's that didn't do enough, so they bumped it to 4.
Yeah, they actually tested it, and his comments also imply that they did some future testing too.
Yeah, right here. He says, for what it's worth, we've been playing Equality at 4 in both the current environment and future set playtesting. Feels like a pretty reasonable option for control archetypes, and less so for aggressive ones.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes perfect sense. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to know that they're thinking about this with the long term in mind, and not just right now. We'll solve the problem right now, because right now, I don't think there are any problems. Hunter's a bit strong, but like there's always going to be one class that's strong, and Hunter's got like 4 different decks that aren't. You remember before the last round of nerfs, Druid had like 4 decks, but they were all the same deck?
Yes.
Well, now Hunter's got like 4 decks, but they're all really different. So
yeah, they are. Mm-hmm.
It's probably all right. Oops. Wait, there we go. But Hunter didn't get escape either. Hey, remember when Hunter's Mark cost 0, Mike?
I do.
Well, you remember when it cost 1?
I do.
Oh, well, not anymore. Hunter's Mark is going up to 2 mana, which is... in one very specific way, it's kind of a buff. Because now the Shrieking Geist won't hit it. But that's not really a buff. But yeah, Hunter's Mark, going from 1 mana to 2, makes it less of an auto-include. So you can't go turn 2, Hunter's Mark, your thing, hit it with the Candle Shock I already had. Or Hunter's Mark a thing and play a Spring Paw and kill. You just can't do those things as easily. It slows them down by a turn.
Right.
And slowing a Hunter down by a turn in the early game is good if you're not playing Hunter. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yes, it is. And this change, it's interesting, this change brings Hunter's Mark in line with the change that had to be made to Execute a while back. Because Hunter's Mark is basically Hunter's Mark and Execute are almost the same card. They just, they just work in reverse order from each other.
Yeah, you deal 1 damage to something and then kill it, or you make it 1 and then deal 1 damage to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Huh. Look at you.
See, I told you I had some salient points. I just had to finish formulating them.
Which is why people come listen to us. Let's say. So, those are our classic and basic set nerfs. Again, they're not targeting a specific thing. They're just house cleaning. And with the equality nerf especially, I get the feeling we're going to see a card in a future set that if equality costs 2, the card would be stupid. And it would probably be stupid if it cost 3, and they went,
Yeah, probably.
That's just a vibe I have.
Equality is also in the same realm as Hunter's Mark and Execute. I mean, equality is in the same realm as Hunter's Mark. Let's mark everything. Sure.
It's true. So, those are our non-rotating nerfs. In an effort to make the non-rotating cards less auto-include, less ubiquitous, less gotta have them, and open up deck building for expansion cards and other things, which is healthy. Again, this is not, well, you're just nerfing those to make the basic set less, and so people have to buy. Shut up. You sound like an idiot. Do you know how much of an idiot you sound like? It's an idiot. It's a big idiot. That might be how...
I was going to say, if they started like rotating the classic set, then that problem would be a real issue. They'd be just making people buy more stuff all the time.
Yeah. But something tells me that the people complaining about changing these would be complaining if they didn't too. So whatever. They don't matter. But because Activision has been seen as meddling in Blizzard affairs, sort of like Hasbro has been seen as meddling in Wizards of the Coast affairs, people are quick to blame everything on Activision. And this is not a business decision as far as selling more packs. This is a business decision as in the long-term health of the game.
Yeah, keeping people, making sure people keep logging in.
Yeah, and for every person who goes, oh, this is I'm done with this game, there are like 5 more people who go, ah, nice.
Hey, this Hearthstone game looks pretty cool.
Well, that too,
Maybe I'll
yeah.
try it out.
But we're not done. There is one nerf that is more targeted to the current meta.
Right.
And that is the Emerald Spellstone. The Emerald Spellstone is going from 5 mana to 6. Which, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It's
I mean, this spellstone is so easy to charge up, and
yeah.
it's so easy to charge up, and it only costs 5. It's just really, really good. And like, I've learned how to anticipate when the spellstone is about to come down, and I've learned how to deal with the wolves, but it's not pleasant.
It's true.
And turn 5 is just
So yeah, they say they want to position Emerald Spellstone as an efficient mid and late game threat.
Mhm.
So where they're bumping it by 1 to reduce its utility as an early game aggressive tempo option. And they say this change, along with the Hunter's Mark change, is aimed at addressing Hunter's prevalence while still leaving it as a viable option. Now let's be real. Paying 6 mana to get 4 3/3s is still sick.
Yes.
This isn't about nerfing it so they won't play it. It's about nerfing it so it slows down Hunter slightly. Because there's always going to be one class that's the best class. I mean, there just is. But again, at least Hunter, as the best class, has several different decks. It's got the Spell Hunter. It's got the hybrid, it's got the Beast Hunter. It's got the hybrid both Hunter. And there's always one that I miss.
Death Rattle Hunter still a deck or not really?
Which one?
The Death Rattle Hunter. Weird Death Rattle Hunter thing.
Right, there you go. That's the other thing. It's less prevalent now than it was, but it's still out there. Especially if you play at the ranks I do. So, yeah. So as much as I love and I do, dude, I love the Spellstone. It's freaking great, but
oh yeah,
it's freaking great. So this doesn't bother me at all.
No. There were some comments in chat about people thinking about trying an even Secret Hunter deck.
That was what I thought too.
Yeah. Ooh, and Hunter's Mark just moved to 2.
Nice. Because the even Hunter is 1 mana for 2 face damage.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is really nice to just have at the ready to keep the pressure up.
Yeah. So hey, look, these 2 nerfs possibly make a new deck happen. Maybe. We don't know yet. That's not my job. I don't think that way. But
well, people are going to try.
Well, yeah, totally. Yeah, I saw that in chat, and my brain said I even kind of want to try a Secret Hunter deck, and I was like, okay, it's totally a thing, but an even Secret Hunter, not even want to try. Thanks, brain. Idiot. So, but yeah, those are the nerfs. You can disenchant. Let's see, the Spellstone, Equality, and Cold Blood for their full value for 2 weeks. Now these happen on, was it the 5th?
Maybe. What does it say?
I don't know. I don't see it.
Yes, the 5th is at the top.
Oh, there it is. I was reading in the text. Okay, so yeah. Which is Tuesday. So hopefully, for those of you watching this on YouTube, that's tomorrow. Or at the very least, hopefully that's today. But there you go. That's the nerfs. What do we think, Mike? Is Hearthstone dead?
No.
Okay.
Far from it. These seem really reasonable. Like I said, I already thought Flame Tongue Totem cost 3.
And the fact that Equality always costs 2 while Shrink Ray costs 5 struck me as really weird. Like, the only time that makes a difference is when you're Equality Consecration.
Yeah.
Because you can Equality Consecration and hit for a bunch of damage, as opposed to Shrink Ray.
A lot of damage.
But Shrink Ray... like, that 3 mana difference between those 2 cards always struck me as odd. Now it's only 1. Oh. there was even in the tweets from XR, someone said shrink rate is greater than equality. And he said, this is probably true. Most decks we've been playing with equality and use both, though. So even the senior designer's like, probably? Yeah, probably. So that's good to know. But I guess that'll be it from us. Hearthstone is not dead. I get the feeling that sometime next year after rotation, we will see some cards that make us go, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they can't say, so hey, we've got this card coming up that's going to make quality really good. We can't have it that good. They're not going to tell you that. So just keep an eye out. It's just a hunch. I just feel it in my card playing, I don't know, testicles or something, whatever.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess we'll be done. So thank you, Mike, as always, for joining me.
Thanks for inviting me.
And thank you all so very much for joining us. Enjoy your Hearthstone. Buy some packs just to make people angry, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand that mentality. But
I always buy the special super discount bundles they put out.
Oh, hey, one of those goes live on Tuesday, too. Or it might be live now, the Lunar New Year one.
Yeah, I already bought it a couple days ago.
Oh, okay. Did you get anything good?
Yes, but I don't remember what it was.
That's quality stuff right there.
Yeah.
So with that, we will be done with this second Rastakhan's Rumble TMP Nerf report. So weird. Thank you all so very much for watching, and go play some Hearthstone.